If you've seen any of our trainings, you know that our main product line is IULs. And once people, come to realize how many IULs we write, we start getting a lot of questions of how we structure the IULs, how we, run the illustrations. And because there's a lot of people out there that want to write the IUL. They're attracted to the large commissions, the large premiums, and so it makes it attractive, and people want to write bigger premiums, which I don't blame them. I want to write bigger premiums too. But there's a difference between what we do and what a lot of other people are doing with the IUL. And people will say that if you're doing an easy solve or a smart solve on an IUL, that you're doing your client a complete disservice. And I have to disagree with that because it depends on how you're selling this to the client. That's the main thing is your angle and what you're trying to do and the problem you're trying to solve. Not everybody is trying to solve the problem of max accumulation, max cash value, retirement. We don't even speak about that. Probably 99% of our clients that get an IUL, they don't even know they're getting an IUL. I mean, there's nowhere that it says that I have to tell people they're getting an IUL. They're getting a life insurance product. So our whole setup is living benefits. We want to make sure that people have access to cash no matter what. So when we set it up, we tell people, hey, we're going to put together a package for you. That way you have life insurance, living benefits, cash value, and hospitalization. We want to make sure that if you have to take a hospital or an ambulance ride to the hospital, you're getting reimbursed for that. You're getting hundreds of dollars a day for being in the hospital, because a lot of times this is what's happening. People want health insurance, they have health insurance, that's great, but that pays the doctors and hospitals. What we're doing pays the client because if you're in the hospital for a week or 2 weeks or a month like I was, there's nobody concerned about paying your car payment, your house payment, any of your bills. Like that stuff's going to get cut off. So that's what we're here to do. We specialize in the trucking industry and we want to make sure that people stay in business. A lot of people that we talk to are 1099 contractors or owner operators. And if their truck breaks down or they become ill or get in an accident, it could put them out of business. A major breakdown, I've heard people literally get put out of business because they just can't afford to get the truck out of the shop. So that's one of the selling points of the IUL. We tell them, hey, it does take a couple years for this to build up where it's nice and usable on the cash value side. But if your truck breaks down and you need 10, 15, 20 grand to get your truck out of the shop, pull the money from the policy. That way you don't have to go, apply for a loan and maybe get denied or, go through the whole process of finding, your pay stubs and tax statements and all that stuff just to try to get money from the bank or having to, sell other stuff you have. We're trying to make it easy. If something happens to you, you have access to money no matter what. So that's how we're writing the IUL. We're selling it based on the benefits alone. The we don't mention IUL, we don't talk about retirement or cash accumulation, anything like that. So there's a lot of people that are writing big IULs, 10,000, $15,000 a year premiums, and that's great if that's what you're trying to do. But commission wise, I mean, our commission's probably about the same from what somebody's making that's overfunding an IUL. So that's why it looks attractive a lot of times because they can write a 10,000, $15,000 premium, but I mean that's not all commission. A small percentage of that is the commission. So I hope this helps somebody in explaining how you can write different IULs on different scenarios. I actually started writing IULs in final expense. And I was sitting with a client one day and she was about 50, 52, something like that. I was going through the questions and, she had nothing wrong with her. She was on no medications, never had any health issues, and filled out the form for final expense online. So when I met with her and found out nothing was wrong with her, I wrote her an IUL. I didn't tell her it was an IUL. I mean, that IUL it can be a permanent product, just like a whole life, a final expense whole life. and it's going to build a better cash value. It's going to have better living benefits, and it's going to be cheaper for the client. You know, the minimum is about 25,000 with mutual. So you can get 25,000 in coverage on the IUL a whole lot cheaper than you can get it on final expense. Final expense is a lot more expensive due to the nature that they're trying to solve a problem for people that are unhealthy. So final expense is designed for unhealthy people that have had, you know, heart attack, strokes, cancer, they're on some major medications, they can still get coverage. But if they're healthy, there's no reason to put them on a final expense plan. You know, put them on something better, something that's going to give them better benefits, better cash value, and save them some money. So I hope this helps. There's several different ways you can set the IUL up. And like I said, some people are doing it for retirement, some are doing it for benefits, some are doing it for final expense. Wherever it fits, just plug it in. I think the IUL is a fantastic product. I love it because it helps with persistency a lot. You know, if people don't make their first payment or they've been on it a few months, you know, let's say they've been on it 4 or 5 months, miss a payment on a final expense or a term, if they miss a payment, a lot of times it just cancels out. You know, people get behind, they can't afford to get it caught up. Well, on the IUL, a lot of times you can pull the money out of the policy because it's accumulated a little bit of value. And sometimes you can pull the money out of that policy to make a premium payment. That way the client doesn't get behind. They still have coverage. You don't get a chargeback, and it's good for retention, chargebacks, things like that. So IUL is super flexible. You can use it any way you want. You can use it for a term. You can use it for permanent, whole life coverage. Um, it's just a beautiful product. So hope this helps somebody. And we're looking for some people to join our team as well. If you want to get training on this, you're looking for mentorship. That's the biggest thing. When people reach out to me, that's what they're most unhappy about is mentorship. You know, I want somebody to train me to do what they say they're going to do. You know, if somebody's is doing, you know, $50,000 a month, hey, show me how to do that. That's what they're wanting. And a lot of people get recruited or, you know, sold on something and then they get there, they move some contracts and they're just kind of left to figure it out on their own. Hey, go to this website, watch these videos. That's your training. You know, we do a lot of one-on-one, we do a lot of Zoom training. Our Zoom is open all day long. People can hear our presentations, hear how we talk to drivers. Then we'll go back, break down the presentations, you know, why we say what we say, how we say it, and the importance of the psychology behind the script. So we'd be glad to speak with anybody. We're looking for people that are licensed in life and health. We typically don't bring on brand new people just because getting in a niche market, like the trucking industry, or if you want to do another niche market, you know, we can help you out with that. If you have an idea, we can help you create that. We can help you run the ads to that market, find the audience, and do exactly what we're doing. It's a part of Niche Masters. We created Niche Masters consulting group, and that way we can help people outside of our organization that can't move contracts or doesn't want to move contracts but wants to learn what we do. Now we can help everybody. So um, if you want to reach out to us, we're going to have the info in the comments. And if you would, you know, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and crush it.